In this third and final video on the ASEAN Economic Community, or the AEC, we look at what the future holds for ASEAN, especially in light of the challenges presented by COVID-19. The region is still in the grip of the pandemic. A number of ASEAN member states are experiencing resurgence in cases, and the world is faced with the threat of new variants. On a positive note, vaccination rollout has started in most member states, and countries are adapting to the new normal. We must not lose sight of the bigger picture. In 2020, our economy contracted by an estimated 3.3%, and trade and investment flows were significantly affected. Our services sectors, especially those involving travel or that are contact-intensive, were among the most severely hit. This year, the prognosis is looking cautiously optimistic. As markets show signs of recovery, we are expecting an economic rebound and recovery through to the next year. So what is next for the AEC? We have 4 more years to realize our AEC 2025 vision. The recently completed midterm review has highlighted key implementation challenges and offered recommendations. We need to follow this through. We also need to ensure the timely entry into force of concluded AEC agreements for early realization of their benefits. At the same time, the pandemic has exposed the weak links in our economy and society. It is disproportionately affecting the vulnerable groups in our population, the informal and migrant workers, women, the youth and elderlies, and micro, small, and medium enterprises. Thus, we should not waste a good crisis. For the near term, we should continue support to keep recovery momentum going. But for the long term, we need to work on restoring our fiscal health while addressing the fundamental vulnerabilities in the system and ensuring an inclusive, resilient, and sustainable recovery. The post-COVID world will be inherently more complex. We expect recovery to be uneven among economies and sectors. Moreover, the pressure on multilateralism and global governance remains at a time when cooperation and partnership have never been more important. Strengthening and ensuring effective cross-sectoral and cross-pillar coordination will be key in overcoming these challenges and realizing the ASEAN community vision. For this, the AEC will work collectively with the ASEAN Political Security Community and the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. I would highlight 3 areas for urgent attention: digitalization, inclusion, and sustainability. Digital technologies have allowed businesses and individuals to stay connected and afloat through the pandemic. However, digitalization also highlights the challenges of digital divide in infrastructure, skills, and regulations, as well as across economies, sectors, and segments of society. Failure to address the digital divide would lead to digital poverty and inequality, widening the development gap. Our success in addressing the digital divide will therefore be critical to our ability to build back better and sustain our community building momentum. The pandemic has also highlighted the plight of the vulnerable groups in our society and refocused the role of the state and others involved for an inclusive recovery. Meaningful stakeholder engagement will be key to ensuring a participatory rebuilding of our community. A silver lining from the crisis is the shared recognition that the old ways of doing businesses is untenable. We need to mainstream sustainability consideration across the different work areas of ASEAN. We can do better in promoting sustainability across our community building process, from sustainable infrastructure, finance, investment, energy, agriculture, to tourism. I will close by saying that building ASEAN back better is a joint endeavor. No country can do this on its own. We will not be safe until everyone is safe. As past crisis has repeatedly shown us, we are better together. And together, we will overcome this crisis and emerge stronger. Thank you.